Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to have some Division 18 online ranked gameplay from last season in the Flyweight division using the greatest flyweight of all time, one of the best to ever do it, definitely one of the GOATs. It is none other than Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson, and how can you not love this man? I mean, he's absolutely nothing short of phenomenal. It's a shame he's no longer in the UFC, just obviously that's the main MMA organisation that I do watch, and I believe the vast majority of people do watch, but it's great to see what he's doing over one, and winning back his title with a beautiful knee, and it's just good to see considering that's how he got finished for the first time in his career, bouncing back the way he did, and he looked super sharp. And yeah, you just have to love Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson, just a pure MMA fighter. I remember when it came out that I believe he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Everyone was like in uproar and saying like, how can he be a brown belt? There's so many other fighters that are black belts. And I think what people fail to realize is that different gyms do it differently, and you can tell that the level of proficiency that he has in jiu-jitsu is very high. I mean, that finish he did on Ray Borg is absolutely fantastic, probably the best submission finish that I've seen to date. The creativity that went into it to get that arm bar is just nothing short of phenomenal. But I wasn't even gonna upload this gameplay, to be honest with you, until I got, well, you'll tell by the title of the video, but the finish I got was just absolutely beautiful. And throughout the fight, I go through some things here. You can see that he took me down, became overzealous, tried to get a submission just to keep the clock running. I denied it, and because I had stamina advantage, ended up getting his back. And from here, what it will allow me to do is initiate some of my own grappling, so push him towards the fence, rotate away and get that drag takedown. And I've had a few people saying they struggle to get that takedown online with the inputs. I am trying to get a controller set up on screen so you can see the direct inputs that I'm doing. Thought about using the controller cam, but the way my setup works, it wouldn't really give you too much of an insight how I use my hands. So I am trying to see if I can get a controller on screen. I've seen some other content creators do it like prior, so hopefully I can emulate that and show you guys all the inputs throughout the fight. But moving into the gameplay here, you can see that getting to side control, and everyone knows this is my favourite position. Going to be extremely patient, look to deny. Right now it's definitely position over submission. Land some good elbows and keep it offbeat. Don't just throw the same amount of elbows every time, or don't time them in the same way, because that will become predictable. He does a good job there of denying the crucifix, but fortunately I do a better job of denying his attempt to get back to half guard. And right now, what this will do is, especially against a wrestler, so DJ is obviously extremely well versed, but in general, what I do is when I'm coming up against a wrestler, when I get on top, I don't just get up. I want to show them that, look, I can dominate you in this area of the fight as well, and put them off of getting me onto the ground, because they know if they get me onto the ground and they get reversed, or I end up getting on top through some way, that they're going to be held down, they're going to be beaten to a pulp, and eventually potentially submitted or finished via ground a pound. Or if it needs to go the 5 rounds of me doing this, I'll go the 5 rounds of me doing this. And psychologically, it's just a very good way of breaking down your opponents, because Henry Cejudo here is the one that initially got the takedown, then got reversed by trying to go to submission, got back to his feet, got taken to the fence, dragged down, and ever since then it's just been a downward spiral of getting transitions denied, stamina wasted, and a little bit of damage done for myself. So that's one of the things I like to do. Of course, it's a bit easier when using someone like DJ, who's very good on the ground. I'm not as overly worried, but I do this with strikers as well. If I'm using someone like Conor McGregor, if I wind up on top of even, say, someone like Islam or Charles Oliveira, I will work and I'll show them that I'm more than comfortable with being in that position. But very good round there. Land a nice little lead roundhouse to the body. And one thing I think that's very evident from this round is my legs start to get worked, and that's a very good tactic when coming up against Demetrious Johnson, because Mighty Mouse is just so fast that if you chip away at those legs, it mitigates the power. And to be honest, DJ doesn't have the best power. That's the only lackluster thing about him on the game, is the power doesn't transmit very well. It's more of a volume striking. And then once he's tired, you can, look to put him away. You can see I go for a takedown there. But that lead roundhouse is something I've been utilising a lot more. And it felt very good with DJ. So it's something that I kept doing. And you could see that it was definitely having an effect on Cejudo's stamina in the long run. But quickly, just want to say an absolute huge thank you for all the support recently on the videos. I've been getting a lot of messages on PlayStation, which is really nice, asking for games, and I have been playing you guys, so shout out to you. Yeah, if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more UFC 4 content. Any content suggestions, let me know in the comments below. And like I said, just super appreciative of all the support. Wouldn't be here without you guys, and yeah, just it just means a lot. So yeah, shout out to you guys. But getting into the gameplay, look, he's absolutely rinsing my legs right now, and I'm not overly worried. You can see I'm checking a few, but I need to definitely do a better job in checking them for sure. He pins me there against the cage. Whenever someone pins you against the cage like that, they're just going to look to unload. I knew he was going to look to rip to the body, so you can see that's why I covered up, and then both his hooks ended up doing absolutely no damage. Switch stance here, and yeah, he's still lasering away at my legs. I'm not, at this point, I wouldn't say I was overly worried. I know that if I need to resort to it, I can just wrestle. There's a very clear difference in skill when it comes to grappling, but right now, I wasn't feeling as though I should be just shooting for the takedown. I wanted to stand because I knew I could have some success, and as I say that, success was found, and it ends up with a beautiful combination and the roundhouse to the body that ends up dropping him. But that lead leg roundhouse was doing a lot of damage. It might not seem like it, but it definitely was. And now that the fight is back onto the ground, like I said, I think the skill difference was definitely more so in the ground game. I felt a lot more confident. Posture up, you see I ripped to the body, and I know his body health isn't doing too well. His chin health's obviously not in the greatest position either. And I'm just going to look to ride out the rest of this round on top, get some control time. I got the knockdown, so the round is definitely mine. And so I'm 2 rounds up right now, going into the third, which means Henry Cejudo needs a big third round, because if he doesn't win that round and it goes to decision, you know, I've definitely won the fight. So that was my thought process behind this. I knew that Henry Cejudo was going to have to come out all guns blazing, look to put on the pressure, maybe even look to try and get a takedown of his own again, but I think the psychological damage was already done. From a ground game standpoint, I think Henry knew that if he got the fight to the ground, it wasn't really going to matter too much. He might have a little bit of success, but the risk to reward ratio isn't there, because if he gets reversed, I'm just going to end up doing great work on the ground and look to get him out of there. But right now you can see that when I am landing, I think it is the more significant strike. So you can see by Henry's reaction, beautiful shot to the body. Then you'll see that I'm purposely going to the body a lot because I know it's weak, and you know, that's just a smart thing to do. Henry's still chipping away at the legs, which is a very good idea. It's something that I often utilize. You see, land a good leg kick of my own there, but it's something I didn't utilize too much in this fight. But it's definitely something that I utilize a lot in all of my fights, is the use of leg kicks, and he was doing a good job of using it here. But right now, Henry is on the ropes in terms of head health. Body health as well isn't in the greatest position. Whereas if you look at my stats, they're not in the worst. So he shoots for a takedown, which is the right idea, is mixing it up, because on the feet right now, I'm not having much success either. Drop him again for a roundhouse. I don't opt to get on top because I just want to let him stand. I know that the finish is close. I'm pretty sure that was an illegal strike there, which isn't ideal. And right now he's going for these big movements, the big head kicks, the trying to catch with an uppercut, looking for anything to potentially knock me down and get me out of there, or at least change the momentum of the fight, because right now it's pretty steered into my direction. You can see that just because my health stats are in a good position, when he is landing these front kicks to the head, it's not getting stuns off, it's not getting any knockdowns, which is fortunate because he's landed a fair few, to be honest with you. So lucky in that sense. I think I was trying to sidestep him, which is something that I've been trying to do more of lately, especially with like knee elbow spammers. But getting into the habit of sidestepping isn't always necessarily the best thing. Go for a leg kick there, which was definitely meant to be an uppercut, but it doesn't matter. Didn't end up getting dropped. He dropped him again, and I know he's not far off, and I think I get the beautiful finish here. Yeah, I think it's now where I get the finish, and just watch this. Fake went to the body, cross, and then lead hook. Like, that finish is very beautiful. Sure you guys would enjoy that. But yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more UFC 4 content. Really appreciate the support from you guys. I just want to say a huge thank you again. Any content suggestions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.